To my occasional piece. I'm trying to make it as frequent as possible, no more than once daily, and that is Father G's shorts. Not a reference to my attire, but to the fact that these are limited to 3 minutes. So today's 3 minutes is entitled The Enemy Within. So I'll set the clock now. Today we're going to look at issues of belief. We won't always be doing that, but we are doing today. Now what I would like you to do is just go on with a short journey, and I want you to imagine someone, trying to get inside the head, imagine someone who believed this. Imagine someone who believed that the world was wicked, that the world was so full of evil and corruption, that nothing that came from the world could be at all trusted. Imagine, moreover, since this is a believer we're imagining here, that this person really has problems squaring the God of the Old Testament with the New. Let's suppose that this person thinks that the God of Jesus, and this is very often the kind of way in which people characterize it, Jesus is God in Orthodox Christianity, but this is the way that people on the street would characterize it. The God of Jesus is fine, is lovely and loving, but the God of the Old Testament, bit too much blood and thunder, little bit too much violence associated with that God. Maybe that's an inferior God that made the world, because the world is wicked. What would you expect? And of course that person then might go on to think, well, the whole purpose of Jesus is to get us out of the world, so that what is essential and good, that invisible spark within human life, can return to its origin in the goodness, not of creation, but in the goodness of some sort of divinity. But as far as creation is concerned, if it can even be worthy of the name, no, wicked, evil and corrupt. Nothing from it can be trusted. Now, you might think this is interesting, but kind of novel thought experiment of someone we're imagining, after all, who would have these views. And you might think that they're not very common, in Christianity at least, which affirms the goodness of creation, that God created it and said that it was good. And certainly not in Orthodox Christianity. Perish the thought that anybody should think that the world was evil and nothing good could come out of it. Except, sadly, the enemy is within. Those attitudes do exist within those who purport to be Orthodox Christians, because they reject, as coming from a corrupt source, anything to do with science, anything to do with the arts, anything to do with human wisdom. They will have none of it. They're going to keep themselves pure by cleaving to the scriptures and the fathers. Anything else? No, I don't want to hear. Except that is not what the fathers taught about scripture. You see, this really is the enemy within, and it's called Gnosticism.